Hello and welcome back to Victoria 2 Historical Flavor Mod, where we are playing as Ethiopia. In our last episode, basically everything in the world happened. We won a war against Sokoto, we won a defensive war against Egypt, and we gave in to Britain before they could destroy us. Tawadros II is no more, and right now we are pausing for a bit to consolidate our gains and lick our wounds to a certain extent. We currently have a country with fairly high militancy, although it is going down ever so slowly. The most interesting thing happening in the world right now is that we have a reverse civil war. We have a slave United States of America and a free States of America that has decided to secede from it. That is something that happens occasionally in this mod. It adds a few fun alternate history scenarios, including several, as most notably Carlist Spain. But the American Civil War is the big one, because in the base game, the American Civil War is pretty boring. I mean, it's almost always over with a victory on the Union's behalf within like a year. Basically, the chain of events in this alternate version of the Civil War is that a second constitutional convention is held, and the free states lose. So they secede rather than have slavery extend throughout the country, which essentially it did as a result of the Dred Scott decision. Basically, there were no free states after that. But in any case, the United Slave States appear to be winning at the moment, although the North, I believe, currently occupies Washington, D.C., so, good on them. We'll see how that goes. I suspect the United States is going to win that one, unfortunately. But in any case, not a whole lot going on for us at the moment. I will let you know when Russia spheres us or something else of interest happens. Russia should be sphering us quite soon, actually. Okay, we're back. Russia has now sphered us, as you can see by our treasury being in the toilet. And, as you can see, we are protected by them. Fortunately, we have plenty of money, so we should be able to purchase foreign weapons right now. And this should both significantly increase our civ progress and give us all the fun artillery weapons that we want. And on the subject of Ethiopian imperialism, we now have the decision, conquest of the South. Now, I have been writing about Ethiopia and its relationship to imperialism for a while now. It's a bit more complicated than just Adwa, because they were in their expansion to ethnic Somali and Cushitic areas in the south of what is now within Ethiopia's borders can, to make a long story short, can fairly be called imperialism. And the sale of slaves from these conquests were part of the reason why they were able to afford the weapons they used to fight off the Italians. So it's a bit of a complex legacy, and it's in terms of this was a positive thing that was accomplished that was a major inspiration to colonialist movements worldwide, but it was attained by participation in colonialism. And this is the sort of thing that is reflected in Victoria 2's mechanics. If you aren't fucking someone over, you are the one getting fucked. So, yep, we've reunited these lands to the south. We control Harage. The borders look pretty nice now. We won't be able to make additional conquests beyond that, I'm afraid. So we will be skipping ahead a bit. A bit further until, say, we are no longer having to pay off a huge portion of our income to the fucking British again. We'll see then. So we've, in addition to purchasing weapons from the Russians, we've also invited advisors. What doing these two things has done is it's put our westernization progress up high enough so that we now can and indeed must change our national value. Because if we don't have a national value, we get the tradition malus for our research points. So we are going to pick what is typically the best one is productivity, particularly if you want to industrialize, or just generally have commerce in general. So it's generally I would go with, in terms of ranking them, if for most countries productivity or liberty is best. Equality can be good as well, since that increases your immigrant attraction and assimilation rate, and allows you to pass more social reforms. But right now we need money above all else, so we're going to embrace that. Now, one problem is it increases the impact of mobilization, but I mean that's not really that important to us, since mobilizing is not something you usually want to do anyway, unless you're really desperate, because mobilized troops tend to really stink, since they're just farmers and not proper soldiers. Your mobilized troops are. But in any case, this allows us to fully fund our education again, which is, much better, and an even better reason to take it. So yeah, Ismail Pasha is... Yeah, they're still an unciv, fortunately. Huh. I would have expected Germany proper to exist by this point. By the way, Sardinia Piedmont has just made Italy a bit more goresome. Yeah, Bavaria, I'm not sure what Bavaria thinks it's up to. I thought they were already in Germany's sphere. But the Franco-Prussian War has kicked off. North Germany will likely be getting Alsace-Lorraine and forming Germany proper as a result. And also of note is that Spain has joined in with them. Spain is ranked 12th, higher than they're usually ranked at this point in the game. So they weren't able to stay a great power, but this is better than I see most AI Spains do, and better than I see most AI Russias do, for that matter. We'll destroy those opium shipments, because the British don't like us anyway, so we don't really need to be friendly with them. I think I may build our first line of modernized troops. Going to get rid of everyone except the cavalry from this. One, two, three. And get rid of one of the cavalry here. Actually, let's get rid of a couple. Yeah, it's going to be expensive to build them. But, yeah, our cash reserves should stop draining once they're actually done being built. Let's make sure they rally in the right place. Try and... Yep, Treaty of Frankfurt has just been signed. You can read this if you want. Signed in Frankfurt on 1870 at the end of the Franco-German War. It established the frontier between the French Empire and the German Empire, confirmed the succession of the region of Alsace-Lorraine, and allowed residents of the region to decide between keeping their French nationality or becoming German citizens. I'm going to boost military spending a bit, so hopefully we'll be able to build more modern units. And we'll disperse those rebels. Communists have just formed. The Communist Manifesto here, it fired in, weirdly enough, it fired in Japan back under the shogunate. It tends to happen in weird random places sometimes. In any case, we'll take the, meanwhile, we will take the Yohannes IV, decision. Yohannes IV was basically the noble who picked up the pieces after Tawadros' reign fell apart. The British furnished him with weapons because they believed he would be less of a troublemaker, and he was significantly more traditional in the way he went about being emperor than Tawadros. He decentralized. He allowed more independence for the various princes in exchange for their loyalty and fealty to him. Ultimately, this led to peace peace in Ethiopia and stability, but it also meant that the more ambitious of the Mesiphant, most notably Menelik II, were able to expand freely and prepare to take the throne after his death, which indeed was what happened. He ended up dying in battle in Sudan, fighting against the Mahdi army. So, we're going to take this decision. It'll cause some of our population to lose some of their consciousness. We will get some, our armies will receive some bonuses, and we will also have, our reforms will be cheaper, and yeah, just generally, it's a bunch of good stuff happening for us. It's going to expire in 1889, since that was when he died in real life. We will fight the disease with every available means. Yeah, I should probably get the rallying point out of there. Hopefully they'll be, yeah, I think they should be able to get across. If I'm wrong, I'm going to feel quite silly. Yeah, that epidemic is taking its toll on us. Yeah, just a couple months until the truce ends. Which is certainly going to be a happy day for us, and more notably, a happy day for our treasury and anyone in Ethiopia who has to pay taxes. Alright, so we are now quite happily able to build more troops, or at least we will be soon. And I think that that joyous note is a good place to end this episode. Yeah, nowhere near as, not quite as exciting as the last episode was, but, well, Russia's at war with Japan for Sakhalin. That's something. So until next time, I have been Mercati, you have been you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.